The last topic in our course is the organization structure. Remember that that's the last thing in the visibility study. The definition of organization structure is simply it is the management structure of the company, how the orders are going on, the rules are going on, the responsibility of each one of this structure, and the information from the lower level of that structure to the upper level. We start by the upper management, middle management, and lower workers or laborers. As a definition, organizational structure is a system that outlines how certain activities are directed in order to achieve a goal. These activities could be rules, roles, and responsibilities. On the other hand, it presents or determines how the information flow between the level of the company. Now, what are the key elements that manager need to address when they design the organizational structure? They need to have the work specification. The tasks in the organization are subdivided in separate jobs. Job specialization. Departmentation or departmentalization, it means you are going to divide the company upon the basis of groups. These groups could be by function, it means the manufacturing part, marketing part, financial part, and so on. Or by the type of product, suppose that you are producing more than one product, or by geography or territory. Is it east coast, west coast, north, south? It means the company has many branches, and based on these branches you are going to classify or departmentalization of the organizational structure. Chain of command, line of authority that extends from the top to down to the lower labors, lower level of organization structure. The span of control, the number of subordinates a manager can efficiently and effectively direct. Span of control, the upper management are controlling anyone at the lower level. The executive for the operating management controlling the workers. As a general view of that organization structure, you have to have in your mind the centralization or decentralization. Centralization, when all rules or decisions or orders or whatever are centralized on a hand of a single point in the organization. If they are decentralized, it means your decision is pushed down. The decision can be taken in a lower level of people. Formalization, the degree at which jobs within the organization are standardized. You are going to say executive manager. You have to have a description of that type of a degree of that job. We have here in this class or this topic, we are going to show you some of the organizational structure types. The simplest type, which is the military type or a simple structure, it means you have a manager and employees. It is called line organization structure. An owner or a manager makes most of the decision and control all the activities, and the staff or the laborers or employees serve that manager. It has advantage and some disadvantage. The advantage is the coordination of task is accomplished by a direct supervision. The manager is supervising the employees. That could be in a small firm, a small plant, a small office. It is centralized decision making. Few rules and regulation are presented. What is the disadvantage? The cons. Employee may not clearly understand their responsibilities. Employee may take advantage of lack of regulation, and they can act based on their own self-interest. The second type is the functional structure. Here you are going to divide your company based on functions. Manager of production. At the upper level is the chief executive officer or president of the company or whatever, and then you are classifying them as a function: production, engineering, marketing, research, personnel, accounting. Most of the companies are using such functional structure. At the lower level is the employees or the laborers. Could be another executive or lower level manager, specialist, and then or operating persons. An organization form in which this functional structure major functions of the firm, such as production, marketing, and accounting, are grouped internally. The owner needs specialists in various functional areas. Chief executive has responsibility for coordination and integration of the functional area under his supervision. Now to the pros and cons. The advantage are it enhances this functional structure, enhance coordination and control from grouping of specialists, centralized decision making, efficient use of marginal and technical talent, facilitates career paths, and professional development in specialized areas. The disadvantage is we have different functional area can affect the communication and coordination between them. They can conflict in having the upper level or top level decision maker, and it is difficult to establish a uniform performance standards. The third type of organization structure is called line and staff. It looks like the first one, which is the line, but you have additional staff on that structure. This additional staff can help, staff could be a specialist, can help the lower level of managers. Look in the graph, it is the chief executive officer, have legal advisor, and a communist advisor. All of them are between the chief officer and managers of a different branch: marketing manager, production manager, all of them in the second level. In addition, that staff helping the chief officer, all of them are controlling the foreman or the workers. The line executive are the doer, whereas staff refers to expert and act as thinkers. The manager are doing, the experts are thinking. It means this staff is for consultation. They advise, they give you uh, comments, proposals, and so on. Now, what are the key elements that manager need to address when they design the organizational structure? They need to have the work specification. The tasks in the organization are subdivided in separate jobs. Job specialization. Departmentation or departmentalization, it means you are going to divide the company upon the basis of groups. These groups could be by function. It means the manufacturing part, marketing part, financial part, and so on. Or by the type of product. Suppose that you are producing more than one product. The next type of organizational structure is divisional structure, or some kind called multi-division structure, or M4. A famous example of such a divisional example is General Motors. It is the earliest firm to adopt this divisional organization structure. This organization structure is a form in which products, projects, and product market are grouped internally, but each division includes its own functional and the other departments. Divisional executive determine the product, market, financial objectives for division as well as their divisions' contribution to the overall corporate performance. Let's see the graph to help you understand the meaning of divisional structure. Divisional structure, we have division A, division B, division C. This division has a general manager. The general manager has a lower level of managers and the employees. At each division, it looks like this, the same structure as division 1. By this, there are some kind of advantage and disadvantage. Let's see them. The advantage is separation of strategic operational control, permitting division manager focus their effort to improve their division. Quicker response to change in the market environment, minimal problem of sharing resource across functional departments. The disadvantage is increased cost incurred through duplicating of persons of the same function, operating manager, financial manager, and so on. Dysfunctional competition among divisions may detract from overall corporation performance, because I am a manager. I am a manager of finance in this division, and they have another manager of finance. This is a contradiction. There is a competition. There is some kind of conflict, because This one are deciding a certain thing, and the other one they are competing uh, or fighting in front of the upper manager and the upper level. The difference in image quality may occur across divisions. So suppose you have a small division and the other one is large division. The manager here is having some kind of image and the quality bigger than the other branch or division. The matrix structure. The matrix structure, a company called Caterpillar Incorporation is one of these famous company using such matrix structure. We have multiple lines of authority and some individual reports to at least two managers. It means you have two managers are controlling your work for lower level of organization. It is a combination of functional and divisional structure. Functional departments, product groups, geographic units are combined. Let's see the graph. Here is the graph. We have many projects under each of the manager projects, manager manufacturing. At each project, we have the people under the manager of manufacturing, engineering, and marketing, and public relation, all of them for different projects. It means anyone lower here, you can um, uh, feedback to at least two managers. In this graph, you feedback to many of the managers of the company based on the question or a report you are asked to do. The advantage of this matrix structure, it facilitates the use of specialized person, equipment, and facilities instead of duplicating as in function. Individual with high expertise can divide their time among multiple projects. That's advantage, but the disadvantage is dual reporting structure. Working relation become more complicated. Decision may take longer time. By this, we can tell you that we have finished our course for visibility study. Thank you a lot for attending this course and enjoying the classes and topics. Remember to solve the assignment and to submit them in the right time and specific time and due time of that assignments to get the highest mark in this course. Thank you again.